3, 2, 1.
I regret to inform you I got kicked from the party.
Oh, you're
No.
joking.
No, like you're in it, Al. You gotta finish the mission.
You gotta finish the fight. Finish the fight, Al.
It's a revolution.
No, I died, and I'm just waiting. I have no idea how to get out of here.
But did you die
Like-
in our arms tonight, Al?
Must have been some kind of kiss.
Thank you. You should have walked away. You should have walked away.
You should have walked away, Al.
Graydon, if you can, feel free to add in just like the mom, I'm lost. Where am I? Or where's my mummy? Are you my mummy?
I know you'd be like, I need to know. I need to know. But I did get the Doctor Who reference though. I did get that.
Yeah.
Oh, that freaking kid,
Yeah. Are you my mommy?
the gas mask kid. I hate that shit.
It's funny because people are like, "Oh my god, that was creepy. It scared the hell out of me." I just thought it was funny as shit. I was like, "Okay, it's just weird," but it wasn't something that was like, "Oh." But I mean, little kids are creepy anyways, and then it's a little British kid, so there's that.
Has there ever been like a mindfuck Doctor Who scary moment for you?
For me,
Possible Planet, Demon Pit.
Yeah, either of you.
I will say honestly,
I don't know-
the news. Go ahead.
Like, I don't know what to like. I mean, I know of the gas mask kid because that's the one everyone mentions. But other than that,
Yeah.
I don't know of Doctor Who being like scary.
Okay, so I will say this: this new season is a bit more scary than any previous season, and it's a dark. Oh, so you might hear my PlayStation's booting up again. Sorry about that. So it's definitely more darker than any of the previous seasons, especially from the new Who. And it kind of has like episodes that have like a Black Mirror kind of feel and things of it. I will say the Allan, well, we'll talk about it on the podcast, but the episode that was where the people were like in the bubble and they were doing like, the FaceTime thing.
Don Bubble.
Yeah, that was a big, especially because there's a part in the second half where, because it starts off slow and then all of a sudden it just kicks into high gear, and there's one specific part where it's like, oh, everything's good, like, okay, everything's gonna go well, and then it just completely just goes straight horror movie vibe and flips, and you're like,
Oh wow!
yeah.
But it turns out it's all deserved.
Oh, yeah. But even that it's all deserved, when it gets to that part at the end, you're like, okay, yeah, this is gonna end well, and then it just completely flips again, and you're like, man, I kind of did wish you would die, but I kind of, it's like, it's Doctor Who, you want something kind of good to happen, and it just goes dark, and you're like, wow, I just was not expecting it to get that heavy on the Doctor Who.
And the funny thing, the really funny thing, that episode was originally going to be, or was proposed as a Matt Smith episode. Way back. And the reason it didn't happen was technology was not like the effects and everything was not where it is today.
I can say. Oh, by the way, I had to restart again. So if you don't mind sending, okay, yep, there it is. Way ahead of me. But yeah, well, me and Allan will talk about it. I don't want to get too much into it, but New Who is kind of hit or miss with me, like this season, and it's finding its footing. But I feel like a lot of stuff is a rehash of the greatest hits of Davies, which isn't a bad thing. But it's just kind of, like I said, like some episodes start off really slow and it takes a while to get into, and then it finally gets into it. But by the time it gets into like the second half, it feels like it's been a 45-minute episode, almost an hour episode. Almost feels like you've been watching a 2-hour movie or something like that, and it's finally getting to that point. So that's my kind of gripes with it. But
And
other
also, out of the like 8 or 9 episodes that made up this season 14, only 2 episodes were not written by Russell T Davies.
which ones?
Boom, because that was Stephen Moffat,
Yeah.
and Rogue.
Which one was Rogue?
That was the one with the Bridgerton.
Oh, okay. I think, and
The
you know
cosplay
what? I
episode.
think it was a funny episode, but I think that's why I specifically didn't like those 2 episodes, and I think that makes a lot more sense that it was a Moffat episode, not a Davies episode. And Moffat usually has good writing, but those 2 episodes, like I said, those 2 episodes, they just dragged.
Well,
And then when
yeah. The thing with because just while waiting for the while waiting for it apparently Boom was inspired by Genesis of the Daleks.
Okay.
Like that video I sent you.
Yeah, I can see that. I definitely can see that.
Yeah, there's so much that it was answered with the questions that started off the season.
Yeah,
and
they were plot heavy.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's one of those things where you're left with a bunch of questions, even more, or even after everything has been answered.
Yeah.
And for the one time, like for once, actually, like I'm so happy with that it's back at this level of quality. I cannot wait to see where it goes from here.
Yes, I will say this. This Doctor has more emotional range than the other Doctors, and I think that's what really works with those, especially the Boom and Rogue, those episodes, and just the whole season. There's so much emotion that you feel it, and you're like, oh man, this is a Doctor that's been through so much. And you got that with Smith, and you also got that with Capaldi, but you really feel it with oh god, I don't want to butcher his name, Allan. You can say it because you know it. Nakuti. I'm probably killing his name. I'll get it right.
And Shooty.
But yeah, you really he really brings a lot of emotion to it. In like the episode, like the FaceTime episode Allan told me, I forgot the name of it again. Just
Don Bubble.
Don Bubble. When you get to that end, I almost like wanted to cry on the inside, but then I was like, I felt angry at the same time. I felt a sense of dread, and you don't really get that a lot in Doctor Who episodes. It'll be one out of every few episodes, but every episode this season, there was an emotional weight to it, and I'm like, I love that.
Also, Graydon.
Yeah.
Someone from Glee was on the season of Doctor Who.
On this season?
On the season that just ended.
Who?
Jonathan Groff.
Oh, the musical episode.
Really?
Yeah,
the recently Tony Award-winning Jonathan Groff?
Yeah, he played.
He was in, right?
What character?
Was he Music Meister?
No. That was. Oh no, that's not Darren Criss.
Okay.
No, and
was he in it?
No.
Yeah.
He. Oh wait, he was.
Well, Darren Criss.
That's awesome.
Jonathan Groff played Rogue on like in the episode Rogue.
Okay.
I love him.
Yeah, and that whole episode, like even then, it's like the chemistry with him and Shooty is just perfect.
You want a buddy
there's-
cop comedy?
No, like a so light spoilers for that episode. There's a moment where 15 the doctor turns on music that kind of like his Rogue is a kind of like brooding character upon first arrival, and the doctor is just making him basically blush because he turns the music on, turns it off. The doctor turns the music back on, turns it off, turns it back on again, and yeah, he gave me vibes of Jack Harkness, but
Oh yeah.
like obviously an updated version of what that character would be. And even then, and I have to. I'm in the process of rewatching the season, like just taking notes.
Pardon my French, but this doctor fucks. Like,
Yeah.
he it in.
And like going all the way back to the going all the way back to the giggle, like that. He's only in the episode for he's only in the special for about 10 minutes, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. And he commands the screen. Like, you believe that this character is the Doctor.
Huh. So this casting is spot on.
Oh yeah, the casting's right.
Yeah, and a lot of people are mad for some reason. I don't know why. Like, people say. Actually, no. It was Shooty was saying, don't like if you don't like me, don't turn off the TV or don't watch the show. And people are using that as a way to scapegoat them being garbage people. And there's a video out there of
Oh, Javon's
Shooty.
riding.
Yeah.
Oh,
They got
God.
there's an episode, or there's a video of Shooty, like that has since gone viral, of him, like that's making the rounds on TikTok, of him getting, like, just being angry with his mom for telling him that he's been saying his name wrong for the past, like, ever since he blew up as an actor. He was telling people it was Shooty, like Shooty, and then it's like, or then he just says like, it's actually in Shooty, and it's like he just ends the clip ends with him saying, "Thanks, Mom, for telling me that at 26."
He went his whole life thinking his name was different.
Well, he is a survivor of what went on in Rwanda.
Oh.
And yeah, he's legit a refugee.
Oh wow.
And, like he was able to get to Scotland, and there's also a video with Pierre Capaldi just being the the kindest man. Like David Tennant, Matt Smith, Jodie Whittaker, like all these actors that have been cast as a Doctor. It's a bit like being an ambassador of goodwill for the franchise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're like once a Doctor, always a Doctor.
Yeah, and even then, like Paul McGann, he was cast as the Eighth Doctor for a pilot, or for a movie pilot that would like spin off into a series, like an American version of Doctor Who.
Yeah, American series. Will Sasso.
Yeah, he's Will Sasso plays
really?
he plays
an orderly.
mortician. Yeah, or yeah, and his role is like purely comedic. And yeah, it's one of those things like, wow, a member of Mad TV was on Doctor Who, and the funnier thing, or the even better part, the version, like they had to have the master because they have to appeal to every the hardcore audience. And the Master is played by Eric Roberts in the 96 movie.
I remember watching that on TV, and it was fucking great.
Oh, the regeneration scene is downright horrifying.
Stand by for Titanfall.
And so, there's actually a playlist there's not a video on YouTube of the Doctor staying in the TARDIS for about an hour. Like it's one of those lo-fi videos, but it's just the Doctor reading in the TARDIS. Like this, like it was one of the videos made at the height of lockdown.
What the? Great! I almost got you.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, I'm coming to help you," and he was like, "Oh no, here's the Titan." Like, oh,
It's crazy. It's just disoriented. I can't tell where the Titans are and then where people are.
yeah, it's just pure pandemonium, and it's. Oh. Yeah, this is fun. I mean, this is a bit fun. Oh, someone's doing robot jobs over there. I see you guys. Great googly moves, that dang creature. Oh, damn. Got your power core.
I don't think
Douche.
you're messing with.
I got your power core. What are you gonna do about it?
Continue.
Oh god. I hate when they fly. Some of the Titans can just fly upward.
They fly now?
They fly now.
Okay, I'm sorry. I have to give out about this.
Wait, turn around.
Star Wars Celebration, I think it was 2019. Like the year that Rise of Skywalker was coming out. They reviewed.
Yes. Sorry.
So after the trailer drops, like after they do like the trailer drops and everything, they bring on Star Wars YouTubers.
Oh my god.
And it's basically like them doing, like they bring on I think 3 or 4 YouTubers
Titanfall is being
and like influencers and all
Can't
that.
win 'em all. We'll get 'em next time.
They show up on stage.
Oh, well, I died right when that happened.
No.
Oh, I can respawn. Never mind. There it is.
They cut to them, and they're basically doing a IRL React trailer. Like just basically what their whole shtick is. And God, it was.
They were reenacting They Fly Now?
No, they were basically doing a React video IRL
Oh.
on stage at Celebration 2019.
And it's always got like a scripted feel to it because it's an event that had a rehearsal.
I'm not sure. Like, again, it was 2019, so it was like pre bad times.
Ooh, I just killed that guy.
That was
Made it to
awesome.
you guys. Let's go.
You did.
Was
Al,
I like
you're
the
in
only one
the.
that didn't make it that was waiting on me?
There's
I-
still a Titan.
Yeah, there's a Titan that I have a feeling did not make it.
Oh.
Okay. I was like, hold on. I'm like, I'm the last one?
It was still
You're the-
pretty
you're-
epic, even though
You're the last of us, Javon.
you are.
That was dope. The guy was like, oh, I'm going to camp. And I was like, not today. Call an ambulance, but not for me.
Also, I'm so mad because, or not mad. It's a shame that Emmett couldn't join us because Emmett and Javon have only been on one podcast together. Like that was
Really?
it was the G4. It was me, Emmett, and Javon talking about G4, like the revival, like right when it was announced.
Oh wow.
Remember that.
Yeah, that's still one of the best, like the highest, like that episode is one of the better ones we did in terms of like audience reach, like metrics.
Nice.
And
Children yearn for our diversity.
I mean, hey, Javon was on G4 a couple times, maybe more.
True.
Yeah, I did a few keynote speeches with them too. It was just pretty kind of fucking cool.
What does that mean? What'd you do?
Like when they were like CES and stuff like that. Did a few of those with them. So like when they were like trying, like they're doing like their investors conferences and stuff like that, I did a few of those too.
Dude,
Javon was on.
Did
Javon
you,
was
like,
on.
work for them?
Yeah, I did a little work for them for here and there. But this
Javon
was all
was
like,
also-
mostly. Go ahead, Alan. I'm sorry.
Now say, Javon had an episode. Was that your house?
Yeah, it was my house.
Because yeah,
they
they
killed twice here.
Yeah, because I remember watching that episode, and like it was the whole thing they were doing, like those like remote, like I think one, like who was it? Was it Kevin or was it?
Kevin came the second time. What's this guy's name who was married to Sarah Lane?
Brendan Moran.
Brendan Moran, yeah. He came the first time.
And then Javon was on in one of the segments of the Loop feedback, I think. Or
I was actually going quite a few of those segments.
yeah, like some of those are lost to history, but there's still one, like there's still the one that's on YouTube. Someone saved.
Yeah, man, it sucked that there was some of those lost because those were fun.
Yeah. Hey. Me and my friend at the time watched that episode, like that particular episode, and my friend would not like that. My friend kept repeating your line of mashed with chocolate a lot. Like it.
I said that. Oh crap!
Yeah, it's like because like we be playing Halo, and it just go from like just chatting and stuff to like using it as a retort.
Yeah, that is great, dude. And now we've been friends for all these years, so
Yeah,
Okay, pilot.
it's ironic because
Job done.
like
The gift that keeps on giving.
yeah, like
Right.
I'm no longer friends with that person. But the crazier thing, around that time I was playing like I was playing Leonite Halo with Joel from G4.
yeah, Joe Graydon, yeah. Dude, what a time! Like, what a time to be alive in a gamer, you know?
See what
It's
I
like-
told you? The magic is gone.
It really is, and that's what I was kind of hoping the revival would do. It's you know what really kind of just destroyed the magic? Streaming culture.
Yeah,
I love streaming culture to an extent, but it's more everybody's trying to get famous and get rich quick, and it doesn't really feel like there's so much of a love for the game and the things that we love in media. And I'm not trying to be like one of those perv people, but it just feels like that. It just feels like because streaming is there, it made things a lot easier to come by and to interact with the world, but it also at the same time made it a lot more dense because you didn't really get that community of like trying to find stuff like you could back in the day where it's like, all right, hey, the internet's still in its early like mid-stage heyday. You know, if you gotta find stuff, you gotta be in like threads or whatnot. Then it's you had G4, which was pretty much everyone's. If you were a gamer, this was your mecca of, oh my god, thank you for telling me these things. And then, along with the E3s and all that stuff, you don't have that anymore.
yeah. Like I remember criticize like. Remember Neil Tiles?
Yeah.
Like as a certain, I was very like he would do a monthly basically what's like basically it was a monthly AMA on like legit like responding to feedback and criticisms of the way things were at the time at G4 around like 2007 2008, and it was a legit like a straight on forum or not forum full on thread where if you were like he would answer questions, and he even like he gave advice too. He gave me advice on like how to get into that career path of working in television and stuff. And it's crazy because when he left, that was sort of like the beginning of the end for that version, for the first era or the first run of G4.
Yeah.
And the thing that Golden Boy has like the thing he put like when his first stream after the news came out that G4 was like went under. He was telling like he just said that like the talent were told that allegedly what like G4 was a startup. And let me just say that again for those who aren't listening. A startup. And like you just need to see just realize that the plan that they should have like stuck to and kept was simply what Kind of Funny does. Like that plan of starting small and then becoming big, they were doing, it was like the inverse of that.
Yeah, they were trying to get too big.
Yeah, they jumped onto their name like they were known already, so they thought that it would be such a big thing. And frankly, you can't start that way. Like, and that kind of goes along with what I was initially going to say about like the streaming culture is like everybody not to idolize like celebrities and things, but back in the day you had like a handful of people like these names that you knew. And I mean, I didn't know, I was a G4 enjoyer, but I don't know all the names that you guys list off. But I didn't watch like everything, you know. But people who did, they had these things, and they were like they're movie stars of this industry, and that was pretty rad that these were the big names. And I mean, you get that with developers too, where like you have older people that are just synonymous with game creation, and now it's all about like bigger companies and things, which is why I love indie games. But then when you had like this ease of access where and like YouTube wears it proudly that anyone can be famous, anyone can be on the internet now, and it just oversaturated the ability to do that kind of thing. So then when this G4 came along and they were like, we're gonna bring all of these influencers who are just random people that got like, you know, for lack of a better word, they got lucky on the internet to get so big, and then they were like, we're gonna fill our roster with these people, and it just it started too big too fast. Like, you gotta have a startup of people. If you're gonna have it a startup, you gotta work it like a startup and just have random people that nobody knows try to start small.
And the funny thing, when
they were, and that's what kind of bugged me about them, because they're like, yeah, we're looking for like normal everyday people to be on this, you know, to be on G4, and then it was like, okay, everyone we know is big name, and it was like, okay,
like in the
Stand by for Titanfall.
in what was it, the remembering / celebrating G4 series I did on the site. Certain people, like there are some people who, like I have, like I tried doing research on like what happened to Ronnie Lewis. I don't know what happened to him. No, like him.
Just sunk into obscurity.
I don't know if it was obscurity, but because like certain people would like just left the. Some people pivoted to different styles. Some were just not even like weren't actual like people versed in video game stuff. So, so the show Game On in particular.
wow.
What, I'm going that far back?
No, well, I just got turned around the corner and it's just like, here's a missile right in your face, and I was just like, oh, but you are taking me back to that.
So Game On, like that whole thing was basically, it was not only was it the first show canceled by G4, like the first show in their entire like history. It had maybe the strangest slew of episodes, and there's a lot of G4 stuff that is lost media now, like technically. There are episodes of Game On that have since, like, that are either on a hard drive somewhere in some salt mine.
Is that where they put the ball?
I mean, I'm just joking because like that's the whole thing. It's a common joke with movies, like that they keep them in salt mines to keep them pristine. And there are certain episodes of Game On, for example, that are not like they were edgy back when, like all the way back in 2002, 2003. Like there are jokes about, or not jokes. One of them is a courtroom skit about someone doing some, like a nerd doing some inhumane stuff with, or so, basically something screwing up with or messing with like a keyboard. And when I say, and just try to read into what the implication of that I'm trying to get to. That, and the thing is, while there were so many good things about G4, a lot of it has since aged and become not so good.
Yeah.
Like the stuff with the stuff that has since been looked at and like just seen as, what is this? Like the recent, like the thing, what was it, a year or two ago with Biden Kaidos?
Oh yeah.
Biden Kaidos, yeah. Where
Yes.
it's very yeah. it's just,
I mean, that brings you back to the original thing that gaming culture at that time was not very politically correct, we'll call it. It wasn't the greatest
what's up with
of our popularity.
Javon, what was it? What was that segment called? The segment called on ARTS or ARTS? What's up with Japan?
Oh, that one? Oh yeah.
And that, like, saying the way I said it, that's 100% how that sounded. Like, that's 100% how the segment was presented as. Like, what's up with Japan?
What a strange, wild place.
There was another one called in your pants.
Oh yeah.
And speaking of in your pants, that's where this ends.
That's where it ends.
Yes.
You end it with that?
Hey.
It's such a lovely discussion. You end that.
Okay. Yeah. No. If you want to know more, go to I said go to g4.com. That just redirects you to Sci-Fi Channel. Go to VGU.tv and just look up the celebrating G4 stuff I did.
Yeah.
If you want to read the ramblings of someone who, at the time, was very into the cult of G4, check that out, because let's just say I've since gotten off of that hype train. I look at certain things like, how did I not see what this was really about? Like, how did I not see that this was clearly like them, the way they would respond to Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, anything that wasn't American. Like there's a skit of them making jokes about the steroid stuff of baseball by having these, and this was an X-Play thing, and it was like really crudely done Photoshop stuff with Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa, and all that. So yeah, G4 was crazy, y'all.
What's up with G4?
I know it. You know what? I may just write I haven't written anything about G4 shutting down, like the G4 shutdown. So hey, who knows? Maybe that'll happen.
Perhaps it will.
But before that, Graydon, take it home.
Well, yeah, this has been another summer game night. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to hear another lovely Allan and Javon joint, go and listen to their Doctor Who podcast, which has started. It hasn't started, but it's got a prologue episode, and then you are, behind the scenes doing a little stuff soon. So by the time this goes up, perhaps that will be available as well. I don't exactly know, but there's something out there for you. But I thank you very much, Javon, for coming on, because we don't see you enough, and I had a blast.
I had a blast too. Just whenever you guys do something like this and I have the game, I'm definitely always down to hop on and play with you guys.
Let's just say that the next one, or a feature one of these, is going to be Fortnite, and you're in.
Oh, you already know.
Yeah. When Fortnite was brought up, I literally said to Graydon, Javon he's gonna explode. He's gonna explode due to the hype.
He's gonna show up with all his skins that he's got and everything, all his swag.
He's gonna show up as Majin Goku.
I mean, I do have a lot of of the Dragon Ball Z stuff.
especially one that does not exist.
So yeah, I'm definitely whenever you guys are ready to get down and start beating up some kids in Fortnite, it's just kidding. Just tell.
I'm always down to beat up some kids.
Because it's been a while since I've asked her, since Javon has done this rap he does.
Oh my
And
god, yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
Take us home, country roads.
If you guys want to hit me up on Twitter, you can follow me at U to the Z to the A to the M to the A to the K to the I to the J. Uzumaki J. That's right.